Hello to all our listeners. It is May 19th, 2021. Welcome to Insurance Questions Podcast. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Ed. Born ready.
Okay, once again, it's me, Eddie Bednars, and my partner in crime, Chris Switek. How's it going, Chris?
It's going really well, Ed. It's so nice. The weather finally broke. We got some decent sunshine and some warmth. It's been wonderful.
So I want to jump right into it because we got two topics we want to talk about. I know the first one is COVID, like we always talk about. Do you have any news on the COVID front where it's referring to insurance?
Well, I mean, on the COVID front, we're definitely still writing policies, and writing is still relaxed. So, we're trying to make it as easy as possible to get new clients and to get them through the underwriting process. Obviously, as the area gets used to things opening up a little bit more, it's nice to see that, some of the festivals and concerts and, things that are going to start happening again around town are very encouraging. I think I saw something that the Taste of Buffalo is going to happen again this year. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the Erie County Fair because we haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, that was one thing that came up, and I know they're pushing hard for it, so that would be kind of nice if that could happen. And, but it is encouraging. Things are opening up, and, as you and I have both been vaccinated, I know that they're making provisions for those that have been vaccinated to get out and about a little bit more. So that's all good stuff.
Did you download that Excelsior Pass?
I haven't yet, no.
It's pretty easy to do. You have to be like 14 days out, and then you fill it out, and it's kind of crazy because I'll just put in my name, and then you have to pick out what day your last vaccination was. It's amazing the amount of information they have just with your name.
Oh, wow.
And another weird thing, Chris, is I had my last shot on March 29th. It actually has a expiration date on mine.
Oh, really?
Of September 25th, 11:59 p.m. So I'm wondering if that means that we have to get a booster. I mean, I haven't seen anyone really talking about that. So if any of our listeners have any information on that, feel free to reach out to us because I'd really like to know that because I even asked my wife. She's a nurse at one of the area hospitals, and she's really not sure. Just nobody's really saying anything because I mean, between me, you, and the fence post, I think they're making this up as they go because they don't know. It's so new, everything. It's just scary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And yes, I would also, add that comment that if anybody out there that's listening has any info, please feel free to let us know so that we can report it to our listeners.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah. Hey, Ed, I had a couple things come up, and I know that you have as well, and maybe you could speak on it a little bit more, but I've had a couple of clients that have reached out. They're interested in getting some coverage, but they're due to some health reasons, they're basically uninsurable, and they want to have some protection for end of life, and I'm just curious, how are you dealing with that?
Well, it's a little bit frustrating because there are a lot of people out there that would like to get insurance because they don't want it to be a burden to their loved ones when they do go. I mean, it's horrible enough as it is to deal with that, and then you're worrying about how the heck are they going to pay for it.
Right.
So I even had a family member where just no matter what I tried, no matter who I put it through, I just could not get it done. So it took me a while to kind of formulate an idea in my head. And the best way that I'm thinking about doing this is that if they're able to open up an annuity and just leave it and earmark that money for end of life, I mean, they're making money on it every year, just like a whole life product, actually.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, they're investing money, but they're also making money on it. And if you have a bunch of different family members, there is no problem with them just chipping in a little bit of money together. As long as they have $5,000 to start the annuity, that's the best thing to do. I mean,
Okay.
and they even have a GFI product, and it has nothing to do with electricity or anything at Home Depot, Chris. It stands for Guaranteed Future Income. If you
Okay.
if you have a lump sum of money, at least $5,000, and you can put that there for 10 years, you can't touch it. You touch it, it upsets the apple cart. You put
Okay.
at least $5,000 in this fund, it'll be paying out 11.93%.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
So, yes, it's a hardship putting this money together, but a lot of people don't have any other choice. And if their family can help them out with something like that, it's worth having the conversation. I mean, nursing homes cost so much. I mean, when my Aunt Alice was at Father Baker Manor, I mean, we're talking $15,000 a month.
Right.
So, I mean, all that money that they work so hard to hold on to can be gone in a matter of months. And we're not even talking years. You know what I mean?
The same thing with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, that's a good option. And obviously, anybody that's listening that, that may pique a little interest, again, feel free to reach out to Ed or myself, and we'd be happy to help you with that.
Why don't you give out your cell phone number again, Chris?
Hey, I'm at 716-713-6608. And I do have open appointments, and I am taking on new clients. So please feel free to reach out. And, even if it's just to ask questions, what's the cost to do that, Ed?
$0.
Yeah, there's no cost. I'm happy to run numbers. I'm happy to go over options. I'm also happy to meet people face to face, or we can do it certainly over a Zoom call or over the phone. We try to make it as simple as possible when we're helping new clients.
I mean, a lot of people are funny about talking to insurance agents for whatever reason,
Right.
because we made it a little bit easier on our Facebook page. We actually have a button that you can request, and some information from us, or you can actually just message us on Facebook, and one of us will be able to get back to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And there's multiple ways to reach us. I mean, you can reach us right through the insurance podcast page. You can go under Chris Switek and reach me that way as well. Mm-hmm. And then I can guide you to my professional page from there. Same with yours. I mean, we have multiple outlets for people to reach us.
And I got to tell you, I'm really surprised. Our viewership was up to around 3,000 about a month ago. And it's kind of dipped a little bit. But as of right now, we're about just under 2,000 for this one. So we're very thankful for everybody that are listening to us. And please, there's no crazy question. That's what we're here for. Don't ever be afraid to ask a question.
Insurance podcast questions. That's what we're here for.
Now, let me ask you this, Chris. I mean, we've talked about this over and over again, that a lot of small businessmen that we know are having a hard time getting people to work for them.
Right.
So, I mean, incentives are really huge right now. And one of the big incentives is working with our business solutions team. I mean, we can set up insurance and other different things for small businesses as little as 2 people. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it is. It's very easy, and you don't need big numbers, or big numbers of employees to make that happen. So, if you do have a small business, we can certainly get you in touch with the right people, and we would work with you along with those folks, but that's what they're there for. And, we do make it as simple as possible.
And a lot of times, believe it or not, a lot of people are starting business during COVID, which, is very brave, but if you got the right idea and you have the money to do it, great. But that being said, you want to protect that money. So with being a new business, it used to be that we could not talk to you unless you were open for 2 years. And we have a new program that they're just putting the finishing touches on, that as long as you're open 60 days, we'll be able to talk to you, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very positive.
And it doesn't matter the size, like we said. The only thing that makes a difference is that if you have over 50, it's guaranteed issue, meaning there's no physical whatsoever. You just answer some questions. And under that, it'd be simplified issue where they just ask you a series of 7 questions, and then they decide if you have to have a physical at that time.
Right.
What else you got, Chris?
I think that's it for today, Ed. We covered a lot again. I know that we try to be to the point with these podcasts so that people can get the information that we like to provide them. And I think we'll have some new subjects for next week. But that's it for today.
Once again, if you want to contact us, you can go to our Facebook page at Insurance Questions Podcast. We do have that button that you can ask some questions, or you can actually just DM us. And what was your phone number again, Chris?
716-713-6608. Call anytime.
As always, it's been a pleasure. I think we covered a lot of ground, like you said. And hope to see everybody next week. Everybody stay safe.
All right, Ed. You take care, my friend.
Take care, Chris. Bye.
All right.
That's where I'm at. That's where my bet is. And like and you just pointed out, Buffalo doesn't have that support.